Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm JJ here at Budget by JJ. I'm a millennial living in New York City, and I am on the road to financial freedom using the cash-based budgeting system. So if that's something that you're interested in following along, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Happy February. We are finally moving along. Y'all, January was such a tough month. There's just still so much that we have to do, and I am just praying that y'all maintain your safety and that you are able to continue on your journey and that everything is going well for you. I'm going to go ahead and get into my planner a little bit and kind of give you where I am in my headspace for February. I have utilized this page here at the end to reflect on everything that had happened and my feelings for that. These three columns did get filled in, and they're actually just harkening back to what's on the front. Well, if you haven't seen that setup, please go ahead and watch the video where I did go through this planner. I'll link that down below. But essentially, I read too much sad news. I listened to some of my favorite podcasts like Ghouls Night In, Skull Rock Broadcast, and a new podcast that's just come out called How We Got Away with Murder. And it's two actors from that awesome show, How to Go Away with Murder, starring Viola Davis. Y'all, that show was my ish when it was out. Especially because I love me some Viola Davis. She is a queen. The actors that play Asher and Connor are actually co-hosting this new podcast, and they're breaking down the series, and I'm really excited to go ahead and delve into that because, again, I work for a law firm. I always wanted to be a lawyer when I was a little kid. Maybe someday that still come true, but that definitely was a show that was up my alley. I know no one asked, but I will actually link down these podcasts down below, so if you're interested, you can go ahead and check them out. I really like them. Also, I listened to news updates. And then the next column, I just said I watched Evil Being Committed, collectors sharing what they love, and lines being drawn. I just want to reiterate that I am praying for y'all's safety and your success and good fortune. I just feel that it's my responsibility to be honest with how I'm feeling with y'all. I know a lot of it is TMI for people, or they just want to see a cash stuffing, or they just want to see the meat and potatoes of the thing, and they don't want to be like preached to or anything like that. So I totally understand if that's like not your vibe, but I've always been someone that looks out for people that I care about. So, you know, if I didn't say anything to you, then that honestly would be like, I don't care about you enough to at least let you know where I stand and where I'm coming from. Okay, so let's get back to this. Now we're seeing the February tarot card, and it's the Lovers, and I just love the red foiling on this. I hope you can catch a little bit of that. If not, I understand. It's kind of dull in here. After all this time, I still have not figured out lighting. I just love this artwork, and I'm just obsessed with it. There's a little cauldron, and it says here, the Lovers, and it has these two roses. It's absolutely beautiful. It's more of the same on this side, and I love the double artwork, so you can still enjoy it. Over here, this is what I was alluding to earlier, but I've taken this as an opportunity to write down some other goals I want to focus on specifically for this month. I had my overarching goals that I had set for myself. Now I'm kind of like zooming in. So this one, I really am just trying to highlight my health. That's always a point of concern. So I just wrote things to myself here. And below that in this box, I just put some action plans on how I'm going to facilitate this change. My goal is really just about increasing my mobility, so I can sweat more. It's really hard though. It's super cold out, so like everything is frozen. It comes to like a standstill, and I'm still kind of agoraphobic when it comes to the gym. I just became a huge germaphobe over the pandemic, so I don't want to be around smelly people heavy breathing, you know, not knowing these people's background from Adam. I'm finding other ways to go ahead and increase my mobility, whether it's changing the way I navigate to work in the morning and coming from work. There are tons of stairs in the subway system. Some stations have like so many stairs you feel like you're going up Machu Picchu. So because of that, there are plenty of ways that I can actually utilize that to my advantage in reaching this goal. And for these three boxes that decide that I'm going to like summarize whether or not those were a thing. First of all, I did not do any reading last month. That was something that was just not accomplished. I could not get through the book. I didn't think I even cracked it open, to be honest, because I was just so consumed by what was happening and everything that was going on. So I cannot escape into a book right now. My mind has been racing too much for all that. But I did say that I'm going to read more wellness tips. So whether that's drinking a fat tea, I heard a lot of people are into like the Chinese baddie diet, where they're like drinking specialty hot water or whatever and help them be more regular, and other benefits. So those have been things that I have been like going down the rabbit hole on. And then listen, I put science. Okay, it's really important that I listen to people who are on sound-based science. The majority that have, multiple studies that are, proven over and over again to be true. I also put I'm going to listen to my intuition more. So really being more attuned for things that I know where I can pivot or I can prepare. So if there's something that is telling me I should move in a different direction, I need to listen to it and just go and not resist. Also, I need to listen to my body. This is why I made health a priority, because as I'm listening to my body, it's telling me, boy, you better start going on something. And then finally, joyful materials will I'll be listening to. Things that make people happy, whether it's sharing their collections, whether it's talking about something successful going on in their life. When I'm watching other cash budgeting channels and reaching their goals, and I'm just like, yes, this is so motivating, this is so positive, and you just want the best for everybody, which is great. And finally, in this box here in the watch section, I do love this little artwork here. It's like a reel. The artwork, again, beautiful. So for watching, I put down, I'm going to watch my progress unfold. I am putting that out to the universe. I'm speaking it, that progress is happening and that it does not have to reflect anybody else's progress. Everyone is on their own journey. Also going to watch my friends and see how they're doing and really be involved in the sense that I am conversing with them, asking them for updates, genuinely showing up for them. Also, I'm going to watch my attitude. Because I don't have such a large circle of friends, I am kind of like a black cat personality. I want to make sure that my attitude when I'm communicating to strangers or the people I love in my life, that I'm not trying to exert anything negative towards them, and it's not personal, and I need to be able to frame my speech and my actions and how I approach people that reflects positive engagement. Which leads into my demeanor. I do not need to come off so standoffish. I can be a little bit more relaxed. I can be more welcoming. I have been, accused of having RBF. I remember when I was a dance teacher, my boss would pull me aside and be like, fix your face. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I could not hide with what I was feeling, my emotions. So I couldn't have that much straight face. So if I did not like something I saw, it reflected on my face. So I'm just like, what the H? Also, I'm going to watch my tone and how I deliver things so people don't find me condescending. Because I have like this Valley Girl / Southern / Mid-Atlantic drawl to what's happening with like speech, some people can take my tone to be kind of condescending or sharp or whatnot, but it's not intentionally to be taken that way. And my roadblocks, watch what are my roadblocks? What are preventing me from progressing? Being aware of those things so I am not just like pursuing things blindly. Lastly, my temper. I have just finished saying how it's been a tough year for me emotionally. It's actually been a tough time for me for a while now. And this, being tethered to this, having something tangible, like taking control of my budget, really helps ground me when I just want to like crawl up in a ball and just cry my eyes out. And I tell y'all this not to scare anybody off, but it really is to let y'all know that this is normal to feel the way you're feeling. It is normal to process things and not come out on the other side where you're like, have all the answers. When we are processing our shock, our awe, our grief, we are going to go through a roller coaster of emotions, and it really is up to us to not maintain silence, because when we close people off or when we kind of act like everything is okay, we are not allowing ourselves to be supported and loved and understood. Y'all, my self-help book is coming out soon. In the month section, I haven't done anything. Again, I love how they have all the little holidays here. Like February 6th is actually National Wear Red Day. Interesting. Mardi Gras is on the 17th, so that's fun for those who are participating. Of course, we have Valentine's Day. February 22nd on this calendar says it's Be Humble Day. Awesome, I love that. The column here, I just wrote out the schedule of when I'm going to be uploading. Still not invested in any washi tape or any stickers, and I apologize, if that's like something that's lacking from this video, and you're really looking forward to seeing something like that. But again, that's like not my top priority. I'm sorry. Hopefully in the future that'll be something I can actually want to invest into. But I did write here for this month my next affirmation, and it is, I embrace courage to face adversity. That is the mantra that I'll be focusing on this month. So happy I got this planner. It definitely is making a huge difference. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get to the budgeting portion. Thank you for sticking along with me to this point. Now, this paycheck is not going to reflect the change that I made to my W-4, which is to not withhold taxes this coming year. It really is going to just stay within that parameter of the $1,700 that I like to budget with. Also, this will not reflect any bonus that I received. My boss did confirm today that the bonus is going to be X amount. I don't want to say what the bonus is, but I know for sure after the fact, everything's said and done, at least $2,000 is going to come out of that bonus for my personal finances. So when that happens, we'll cross that bridge. I did file my tax returns because I did have a refund, and again, the state charging me those state taxes, my gosh. But hopefully with some reworking, see, that's what I'm saying, like I haven't seen my upcoming paycheck with those changes. I made changes to my contribution for my state taxes and my New York City tax. This upcoming paycheck, I'm just going to be like, what is going on here? So I may not even have a buffer to begin with, because that $1,700 was based on my former tax contribution. So I'm a little interested to see how that's going to turn out. I do predict that I still will have more than what I had last year, because this paycheck will reflect a full 2 weeks of the new pay raise that I had gotten. But I want to be more conservative, address the more pressing payments that are upcoming. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the bills binder. And this time for rent, we're going to go ahead and budget out $457. So that's 4 100s, 150, a 5, and 2 1s. And we have the utilities, so we're going to start with the electric. And that's getting $50, so 150. Then we have the internet. That's also going to be 50. Then we're going to stuff for gas this time around. It's going to be $27. 125, 2 for 7. Then we have the groceries. And y'all, I am so happy that I amped up the grocery budget, because this weather has been so cold. We have not, out of good will, sent anyone to Costco to do a pickup, like an Instacart, because honestly, the roads are crazy. The snow pile is ridiculous. And it's not anyone's fault, okay? It's not the city's fault. It really is unprecedented weather where it's so freezing, like the snow is not melting. So it's sticking around a little longer. The temperatures are still dropping. So I just did not want to put someone through that. Now, someone on a bike is different. We have utilized food delivery. It's great too, because we actually got a good stock of meat last time for our orders. So we were just, cooking from home a lot. So it's been saving a lot of money, because I've not eaten lunch out, at least within the past week, more than 2 or 3 times. And that is still a win, y'all. I definitely was eating out every day, and we kind of had to rein that back in, right? So for the groceries, we are doing 310. We're going to do 2 and 2 and 2, because I was not getting these denominations right last time, or I screwed them up, at least the first time. It still haunts me. Now subscriptions is going to get $30. And I am so glad that I did put a subscriptions category, that I am actually paying attention to that, because for some reason, because they're not all coming out at the same time, you know, it was just throwing me off. Like, oh, that I gotta cut, oh, that, and you know, that is madness. To like be jumping and chasing after these little payments. So having the funds already saved at a time, and you're like, when they come out, they come out. But at least I'm not like forgetting about them or scrambling to cover it. So we're not doing that mess this year. Again, that's $30. So we're just gonna do a 20 and a 10. We're gonna move into our debt binder. We're gonna make some payments towards the credit cards. So for the Capital One, I'm gonna make a $30 payment to one of the cards. And I've decided that instead of like breaking it down payment by payment per card, all those cards are under one bank or under one name, right? So like it is redundant to kind of be more specific. I think I'll be more specific when I start paying them off in bigger bulks, but as there's the minimum payment, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Just like, this is this one, this is that one, because the envelopes are not broken up by the accounts. They're broken up by the overall bank or creditor. So we have a 20 and a 1 for this one. Oh, that's janky, whatever. Case in point, the credit one. I'm going to be making a payment towards all three cards, and that's going to total $191. So we're going to do 100, a 50, 2 20s, and a loan 1. And then we're going to contribute to the Ally, and that's going to be $27. Now, I did apply to open up a high yield savings account with Ally. Apologies to anyone who had like an Ally link for me to use, whatever, but they do have an Ally credit card. So I decided that I wanted to open up a high yield savings account to actually put the money that I was going to use for that tax withholding. So I just want to put it separate in that account, just because my one high yield savings account with Capital One is going to get too crowded, I would say. Ally has like a bucket system, so I might just try to be able to like create the separate buckets. It doesn't just get too pandemonium crazy, like what is this and what is that, and you know, it's all in one account. So spreading out will actually make it a little more easier to manage for me. And if not, for some reason that I don't get approved for that, be highly embarrassing, but at the same time, understandable with the amount of consumer debt that I'm carrying right now, which is ridiculous. I know I was going to do a debt confession, but like right now, it's just not the vibe. And you'll see why, because we are still doing the pay in fours. Okay, so try to actually give myself some grace with these pay in four payments, because y'all, this is just the life that we're living. And, you know, we can't have everything at once, but if you can, you make an exception and you're still meeting your goals for the most part, say sada. We have been making good progress, especially on this biggest one, because we have Klarna, right? And then for Klarna, we've had this ongoing hotel payment that I've been making. Again, if you're new here, I had my mother visit me in early December and I had paid for her hotel. I had put that through Klarna in multiple payments, so I think over 6 months. So this is actually going to be the first half of the final payment. Oh my gosh, it feels so great to say that. Now, this is only because I've been highly aggressive. Like, I didn't wait all 6 months. The important part is that we are paying $140 this time around. So we have 100 and 2 20s. And we had that Macy's payment towards Bobble Bar, which essentially was that keychain. So that's just going to be $7. It feels silly. I know I probably should just pay it off like right now because it's just $7, but you know, I'm being a tightwad. So it's going to be a 5 and 2 1s. My friend who I really care for, she's actually one of the co-hosts of one of the podcasts that I've listened to, Skull Rock Broadcast, which is the Stranger Things podcast. You know, I really appreciate her, and I didn't give her a Christmas gift this time around, and I know we're not obligated to give people gifts, but I felt like I wanted to do something special for her, and Valentine's Day is her favorite holiday, strangely enough. So I saw these really cute Lennox items for sale, and I'll put a picture of what they look like, and it's these Snoopy Lennox items, and they're just so stinking cute. And I know that she would adore them because she loves Snoopy and she loves Valentine's Day. So perfect pair. So I found them, and initially I had been allergic to them because I like perusing Lennox and get their texts and emails, and so they learned that they had this new collection out. So I went to their website first, and I was like, oh, let me see if I can get this anywhere cheaper. And then I went to Macy's, and they had all the same items but at a great price, like so much cheaper than what they were hawking on their own website. That's also a pro tip. If there's something nice out there, go find where it's being sold somewhere else. Try to get the best deal possible. I know that's what we're all here for, is to get the best deal possible for sure. Anyway, that V-Day gift is going to be $22 as part of the contribution. So this is actually going to be the second payment towards this gift. See, that's not crazy, right? Like when you think about it, like that was such a great deal. And if I can find it, actually we'll put the receipt here. So that's a 20 and 2 ones. And then next we have a payment for a Hot Topic purchase I made, which are Thrill Joys, which are a collectible. We are paying off $33 this time around. So 20, 10, and 3 ones. This is going to be the third payment towards that. So next time around, we should be done with it. We're going to go into the affirms, and then I got another Thrill Joy purchase, which was through the website because I could not find this character anywhere else. I think they were sold out at the time, but I also wanted to guarantee that I had an opportunity to get a Chase product. So I bought 6 of these Thrill Joys of the one, which is like a Dracula. And then the Chase is like the werewolf. It's super cute. I love Universal Monsters. It's part of my collection. So they've been coming out with them. They actually have a Frankenstein coming up. And the Chase is the Bride of Frankenstein. And y'all, we're not even 3 months in and already like my wallet is like on fire. And I know that there are people like, well, why not just not buy something? I never ever said I was in a no buy for this year at any point. So I am actually being more transparent because in the past, I actually not shared what I've spent on my collection or anything new coming in. I kept that completely separate. But for now, I'd like to incorporate it because for my personal knowledge and how much actually reviewing my discretionary spending and seeing where I can improve. I know I can improve by not buying anything, but that's just not reality. I love things. And also when I'm in moments of stress, like I love adding to my collection and changing things up. So it's not something I'm going to stop doing because no one's promised tomorrow. Okay. No one is promised tomorrow. If there's something you like and it's not going to blow up your budget and you can make a sacrifice, because I'm willing to make a sacrifice going forward for these things. That is what it is. That's what happens. There's no reason not to enjoy yourself in this process. Again, I don't have children. I don't have any major expenses that a lot of people do, that a lot of working people do. And I'm very grateful for it. And that contribution is going to be $39 this time around. So that's going to be a 20, a 10, a 5, and 4 ones. And just a heads up, I will be making another purchase for Thrill Joy. So this $39 is just going to be a number that we're going to see into the future, at least for the next couple of months. No regrets, no regrets. I decided to invest in some toothpaste. Essentially this product here is by Something Nice and Zero Pro. It was helped develop by a dentist. I know it's not going to be a replacement for actual dental work. I'm in the process of scheduling that dentist appointment so I can get my cleanings and get my scans and see where I'm at. This is a product that I just want to try to invest in and see if it has any real impact. So I actually got 3 bottles of those, which is crazy, I know. But $26 was not that bad, like for the 3. And it was like a discount. You know, you buy in bulk, you get a discount. So I took advantage of it, see if it's going to work. Obviously, again, it's not a replacement for actual dentistry. But I definitely want to go in with my best smile forward. So that's 20, a 5, and 6 for that one. It's still part of the journey about improving my health, so I'm not mad at it at all. Then we have a zip payment, and it's going to be for Makari. There was a Thrill Joy that was technically sold out, so I had to buy this on the secondary market, but it wasn't that expensive, and we're only contributing $10 this time around. And I think this is the second payment towards that. So just 110. And then y'all, the banks have entered the chat, especially if you have an account with Chase. So Chase, there's a thing where if you're doing the pay in fours like on Klarna, you cannot use a Chase credit card and you cannot use a Capital One credit card. They do not allow you to do pay in fours for their credit cards, which is great. Hello. We don't want to keep horrible habits going on without an off ramp. But Chase themselves offer a pay in four product, which is crazy. But I did not realize that the pay in four somehow that I was doing got lost within like app changes and stuff. And so when I made the payment, the entire payment came out of the account. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to do that. Because I can, spring for the about $40 or whatever. That's fine. That's not going to make or break me. But, the entire thing, that's just not what I wanted. So that's when Chase came in clutch, because Chase is like, hey, do you want to make this payment? And pay in four will refund you the difference or what happened. And then you could just make the first payment, in this window. So they don't even charge you immediately. So you're like, okay, I'll do this payment plan, pick your payment plan. And then there was like a time space, like they didn't charge you right away. So they fully refunded me. And then I made the choice to go ahead and make the payment. So I'm going to make the first payment on this Macari purchase. That's going to be $35. Now this Macari purchase, which is a 20, a 10, and a 5, is little Pop Mart figures, and I know I can't stay away. I had gone to Wednesday, but then I found out that Pop Mart, because I'm late to Pop Mart. I never did the little boo boo thing. Like that was just not something I was interested in. But specifically Pop Mart that's done collaborations with Wednesday. So I have those cute babies. But then I saw that they had come out with line back in the day with a collaboration with the Addams Family animated movie with Illumination. They did a collaboration with them back in the day. And so I was able to find a good chunk of them at a great deal. So, because they are actually pretty pricey. I was like, what the hell? For these little things? But this is like part of my new obsession / collection for this year. So I bought a lot of Addams Family related collectibles recently. And knowing these were out there, and I really did like those movies. So I definitely wanted to add them to my collection. So this is part of that. And then now we're going to make a payment towards the state taxes that I owe for 2024. I've been really dragging my feet on that. Again, I know if I wasn't doing all these pay in fours, like that would already been taken care of. I know. But because there is no major consequence in taking my time to pay these taxes back, I've been, dragging my feet. Thankfully, I'm able to pay $150 towards this. And I honestly believe that if I get my tax return as soon as possible, I'll just be able to pay off the difference of whatever's left in that balance. So it'll be fine. But hot take, don't depend on your refunds to handle any major payment in the future. I understand we're conditioned to getting a refund is normal and stuff. A refund is paying you back money that you overpaid over time. Okay. So if you're not paying attention to your contribution or adjusting it, you're actually getting paid less money. And financial illiteracy is what is the culprit for that, because we do not like looking at documents and numbers make our heads hurt. We just trust that your HR is going to go ahead and, handle every portion of it. And that's not true, because everyone's situation is different, whether you're a single household or a married household. So you really want to be on top of how you can adjust and figure out what you really actually owe, so you're not overpaying and that you can actually meet your goals in a timely manner and not looking forward to, I'm just going to get a refund. It's like, honey, if there is a government shutdown, what refund? Or, what I mean? So you just never know what's going to happen. So I really encourage you to take the time to review your contributions and see where you can make adjustments, so you're not dependent on your refund to handle any of your urgent financial matters. My God, I wish I knew that a lot sooner. So that's going to be 100 and a 50. And I don't even know if I'm going to actually cash stuff that, because there's no point if I'm just going to go ahead and pay it. So comment down below, are there things that you're just this is not even worth cash stuffing because I'm just taking it straight to the bank? And that's actually falls this category here of all these pay in fours. There's no needs for me to actually take that money out and cash stuff it. But the fun of it is what makes it like, okay, it's in my hand. I am actually giving it away. But after running the numbers, I was able to include the savings challenges. So that's going to be $50. And we're going to do 5 5s and 25 ones. The bank hates me. This all added up should be 1,684 out of my 1,700 ceiling. We have 900 plus 350 plus 260 plus 60 plus 70 plus 44 equals 1,684. Awesome. Y'all, this is like the biggest struggle is to make sure the denominations are correct. So glad I started incorporating these budget with me videos, because this does help like reinforce that. Like I would do this off camera and then something would change because I'm not sticking to the budget, and or something would come up because I haven't been paying attention, and you know, it's just was chaos. And as y'all can attest from our older videos. So 1,700 minus 1,684 is 16. So there's $16 there. I'm just going to leave it as a buffer in the account. Utilize to one of these other categories, I'm sure. But I thank y'all so much for being here. This was so much fun to kind of get this out here and, you know, having a conversation with all y'all. Comment down below, you know, how your goals are going this year so far. Are you excited for anything upcoming? We have the Super Bowl just around the corner by the time this upload. So if you're excited for that and, you know, have fun and be safe at those gatherings. I personally do not care who wins. I'm there to see Bad Bunny. Huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support means the world to me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video out with somebody you think that might like it. Also be sure to have that bell notification set to all so you're notified for future videos like this one. I appreciate y'all so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.